We are live-o today-o. Hello there, Tammy. Hello there, Maya. Hope you both are doing well here. We're just going to start off with some Max Chomp Chomps or some Max Num Nums. Nom Noms? Num Nums or Nom Noms? I guess they're Nom Noms. Anyways, hope you all are doing well on this day of wintry weather. Out here in North Carolina, we're going to be having some mostly ice where we live at here in the next day and a half or so. Hello there, Debbie. Hope you're doing well. Are you gibberishing? I'm always gibberishing. Wife, you should know that. You know me. But we have some winter weather on the way. I think a lot of folks probably have some winter weather on the way. Hello there, Catitude. How you doing? Our neck of the woods, we're supposed to get maybe about a half an inch of ice over the next about 30 hours or so. It probably will be enough. We probably will lose power more than likely. So we're as prepared as can be. Maxie, is it time to stare at the door? So if anybody else is in that kind of nasty storm, it's kind of making its way through half the country. I hope you all are prepared. I hope everything is good. And I hope it goes well. Catitude, you're at 80 degrees. We're at probably about 25 degrees or so. Maybe 20. I think the wind chill we're probably in the teens. Hello there, Ruth. How you doing? Now, my wife's parents, her parents live up in the Chicago area. They're in the negatives. I think they're like negative 10 or something. The wind chill puts them at like negative 20, something like that. Somewhere in that area. Maxie, we cannot go out yet, buddy. You know that. Carrie, hello. Yes, stray cats, the stray dogs, the stray humans. Anybody that's going to be out in this weather, hopefully can either find some shelter, or I know there are some places that make like makeshift shelters for the kitties and the doggies and things like that. So hopefully they can find a spot and just kind of hunker down for a day or two. Good Lord, Debbie, expecting a foot of snow in New York. You know what, Debbie? I would trade. I would trade with you. I would take the foot of snow for the half inch of ice. Ice is dangerous, deadly, problematic. Snow is usually not so bad. I mean, it can get on the roofs and it can collapse things and stuff like that, but ice is normally much more serious of a problem than just snow. Ain't that right, Mr. Maximus? So it'll be interesting this upcoming week, school-wise. Monday is a teacher work day, so technically no school, but the area of the county is anticipating we might be out the whole week because of the roads and the slick spots, things like that. Hello there, Joseph. How you doing, Joseph? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe and warm, Joseph, wherever you might be. KK, you live in I think New York also, so you're probably getting that snow. Carrie, you're in the UK, and it hasn't stopped raining all day, and that's normal. Normal in the UK, yeah, I've heard that, Carrie. Always gloomy and very wet. Carrie, hello. Also, if you are new to this channel, a big hello and welcome to you if you are new here. Maya, is it going to be good or not good? Is it going to be bad up there in Ohio as well? Do you get like more snow than anything? KK 2 feet. Ooh, hello, Icon. How you doing, Icon? Hello there, Roz. How you doing, Roz? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us this afternoon slash evening where you're at. We are just hanging out with Max here, talking a little bit about the weather that's affecting the states here. I think about 30 to 35 states are under this winter weather warning, which is a ton. Roz, I would say overall the kitties are doing well. Now Max did throw up a couple of times this morning, and then we gave him his anti-vomiting pill, and he hasn't thrown up since. So I am a little bit worried about Max throwing up if we don't have any power, because we're not going to be able to clean up his puke. So we're probably going to be proactive over the next few days, and give him his anti-vomiting pill about every. We can give it to him about every 8 hours. We'll probably give it to him like every 12 hours or so, so about twice a day or so. Um, Carrie, I appreciate the kind words there about Max. Max is definitely a pretty kitty. I'm not sure if you know all that much about Max, Carrie. Let me know if you know Max's backstory, Carrie. If not, I will let you know. He had quite an interesting 2025, and so far he's had a little bit better over 2026, but the year is young. To the 43 or so people that are in here, if you are new, a big hello and welcome. My name is Adam. This is Max. He's one of 9 kitty cats that we live with. If you hang out with us for the full hour that we're going to be here, you're going to see all 9 kitty cats. And also, we donate all of our channel money to charity. So all donations, like Debbie had a $5 donation, that will go to help cats in need. And yeah, so we donate everything. So Carrie, a little bit about Maximus. Last year, around this time, actually last year, he was diagnosed with diabetes. He was our second diabetic cat. Hello there, 676767. I always like to say 898989 there, Dynasty. I work with kids, so I know what you're saying. What was I saying about Max? So he was diagnosed with diabetes, and for about 2 or 3 months or so, we struggled getting him regulated. He is, or I guess was, our second diabetic cat. So we have history and experience with cat diabetes and what to do. But he was having trouble regulating. I mean, this poor boy. So once we got him kind of regulated, his diabetes went away. He went into remission. So he is still technically a diabetic, but he does not need any insulin. He has not had any insulin shots in about 6 months or so, I want to say, which is good. Also last year, he developed something called charities. Roz, thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate that very, very much. Very kind of you, as always. So, like I said, he got something that's called charities. Charities is a combination of chronic pancreatitis, IBD, and like an inflamed gallbladder. He was put on a medication. I cannot think of what it's called right now. It starts with a U. And that pretty much like calmed down his tummy. Now, once his diabetes was under control and went into remission, and once his tummy got better, he started developing on his face these patches, like these wounds on his face. And through a series of testing and through a series of kind of trial and error, it turned out he has food allergies. So what we did with that is we have started him on a novel protein. So not chicken, fish, turkey, stuff like that. He is on duck, and he's been on a duck diet for about now 5 months or so. And once we switched him over onto the duck diet, his wounds started to heal. He didn't have any more lesions on his face. And now he is pretty much back to normal. Yes, he is desperate for the door to open. We have to wait. My wife is feeding the other cats, and we have dry food out for the other cats. So once they get a moment to eat some of the dry food, we pick the dry food back up because all he eats is just duck. So no dry food for Mr. Maximus. Hello there, Betty. How you doing, Betty? Hope you're doing well. Oh, my wife already said she gave him the all clear, so I did not see that. I was busy rambling, no doubt, about Max. So I know, Maxie, let me get the door open. Oh, bye, Maxie. Come on, Yoda. Come on, Tang. Come on, you two troublemakers. Come on, baby. I know, baby. What is it, baby? Yeah, duck, duck, no goose. Oh, let me back up a little bit here. So this is the baby, those who might be new. This is Tang. The tuxedo in the litter box is Yoda. Tang is an orange tabby. He's about 4 or so. He was a foster fail. The baby's about 14 or so. The baby has a ultrasound due in a week or so because she's been losing weight, so we need to figure out what's going on. Hello there, Rosemary. Carrie, to answer your question, do you ever have any behavioral issues between them, or do they mostly tolerate? I would say for the most part, they tolerate well with each other, but of course, there's dynamics. So like Orange here, Tang, he kind of chases around his sister Tiny. Kit kind of chases around Orange. I'll put it this way: kind of everybody has somebody that kind of puts fear into them, and they will chase. Excuse me, and they will chase around. But it's nothing ever crazy though. It's nothing like crazy. So for the most part, they get along with each other. Now though, I will say Carrie, Rosemary does not get along with other kitties. So because of that, she is in her own room and she has her own space. And we let her out several times during the day. So she has kind of run of the house. And then once she has her time, she goes back into her room, which you will see. And then the other cats are let back out. Hello there, Betty. I don't know if I said to you hello to you or not. Hello, Betty. Hello there, Ryan K999. If you are new, welcome and hello. KK, you're a tiny kitty. My cat Tiny. All the rest were petrified of her. Brenda, you love the colors. You had all cats for many years due to your daughter's allergies. Okay. Oh, I am. Yeah, Maya. Yeah. Door's open. I'm just hanging out here for a moment. I know Yoda, he's waiting for that toy. But I think we're going to go over to Rosemary maybe first. We'll see. I'm just going to hang out here for a few minutes. Once I sit down, it's hard for me to get back up because of my knees. I also want to thank, and I know that sometimes it's hard to watch or it's hard to see. I want to thank everybody who has reported that one YouTube channel that I made a post on yesterday, or it might have been the day before, from somebody in the community alerted me to it. So if you have seen that video, or if you have seen that post, and if you have reported that channel to YouTube, I do appreciate it. I do understand the frustration that it seems like sometimes nothing ever happens with reporting channels. But I do believe if enough eyes get on it, and if enough people report the channel, that I feel, and I hope at least, that something will actually be done with it. I also have reached out, being a YouTube member, being like a partner on YouTube, so being like monetized in YouTube. I do have access to what's called like a community manager. I don't ever reach out to them because I normally never have a reason. But I'm waiting for them to respond to me because I asked, because I know what usually happens when something gets reported, it normally just gets seen through like a bot, like through AI. And I think, or I would like for an actual human being to actually physically look at this channel and go from there. Hello there, Raphael. Sorry I didn't say hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Brenda, you have a black lab mix now. Her name is Cleo, short for Cleopatra. Very cool. So, anyways, don't lose hope when you report and you feel like nothing happens. Sometimes things do take time, and I think I really truly believe that when enough people do something, report something, that it will get some attention on it, and hopefully the proper measures will be taken and the channel will be taken down because we don't need stuff like that on this platform. Joseph, you don't like how they were grabbing the cats. Yes, I agree with the back of their legs. I completely agree, Joseph. Hello there, Dara. Hope you're doing well. And I'm the kind of person, even if it like hurts this channel or hurts me, like, maybe YouTube doesn't recommend this channel as much to others because, I'm kind of calling out YouTube in a way. Because some of the stuff, that they allow, frankly, I don't care because it's the right thing to do. So, you always got to stand up and advocate for those who cannot speak. It's just, it's what needs to be done. Hey, Bruce. How you doing, Bruce? Hope you're doing well. If you're doing good, the family is doing well. Awesome. So we're gonna, Orangey, are you actually drinking water? It looks like you're just licking the air there. So you're drinking water, and then you're just licking the air? Yep. You gotta love orange tabbies, don't you? They just lick the air. I always say these orange tabbies, they're special. Orangey, I might make a little short out of that. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm gonna make fun of you a little bit later. Let me create that highlight. Okay. All right. Let me go back now. All right, baby. I need you to get up. I'm sorry, little girl. She's supposed to have an ultrasound done in about a week or so, this upcoming Thursday. That's if the business is open. That's if the vet is open. I don't know if it's going to be open or not. But she's supposed to have an ultrasound due to find out why she's gradually losing weight. She's been losing weight for the last like year to 2 years or so. About 2 years ago, she was about 9 pounds, 9.5 pounds maybe. And now she's down to about 7.5 pounds. So it's, we need to kind of figure out what's going on with her. Bruce, not a good day. The daughter had to put down a kitty. It had total kidney failure. Well, Bruce, when it comes to that situation, it's never good, but it is what's best for the kitty cats. Because there's literally nothing that can be done about that. And all they're going to have is just a life of pain and suffering. So, it's better to, at that point, it's better just to do what needs to be done. All right, Yoda. Yoda? What? You want your toy now? Carrie, your soulmate kitty had kidney disease. Such a horrible, yeah. Carrie, the first cat that lived with me, my wife and I, her name was Kitty, and she passed away, close to 5 years ago now, from kidney disease. Bruce, if you go to my channel, and if you go to my latest community post, you'll see there's a link to it, Bruce. So you just go there. I don't want to like advertise it too much and make it, you know, put too much emphasis on it. Hello, Tigress. Because somebody in the community did say like they didn't want to like click onto it because they didn't want to give them views. And I do understand what they were saying, but sometimes though you have to click into something in order to report something. So you have to get something, some a view in order to prevent, to help take a channel down, if that makes sense. Maya, yes. So we have a drug. It's called Onderstain, I think it's called. It starts with an O. It's an anti-nausea medication, Maya, that basically it kind of blocks the brain from thinking the kitty has to puke. It usually works well, and we get to him after he threw up earlier this morning, and he's been good since then. Yoda. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a live stream today. I was thinking probably a lot of people are just hunkering down. Maybe they're already out of power. Who knows? But I decided, yeah, we'll be on here. Catitude, you can technically report without looking at a video. So if you like go to the thumbnail like of a short, you can click those little three buttons and you can like pick something. But the problem with that is you can't what you can't do though, is at least from what I saw, Catitude, is you can't like go into more detail. I wish there was like an animal abuse like section or like something that you can click onto, but you can't. To my knowledge, you can click like abuse or like torture or something. I forget exactly what it said, but after that, there's like a little box that opens up, and then from that little box, you can like type in like what exactly the issue is, and that's what I did. Roz, I was working, so I was with the little kitties. And then we went shopping. I'm not really a big birthday person. I do appreciate all the birthday wishes. I appreciated Shelly, who made the little post. So I appreciate it. I don't really do too much with my birthday, but I appreciate the kind words though. I'm just hoping my community manager, somebody who might have a little bit of say on YouTube, can maybe give me a number or give me a name, somebody I can contact, and get a real person to talk to. A cake, I need a massive cake. Nah. You know what's funny about a cake though? One time, this was a long time ago. This was back in when I was in PT land. Hello there, Tammy. How you doing? Hoping your phone Wi-Fi will stay connected. If you to stay. Hello there, Bluegrass State. How you doing? So what was I saying? So one time I had a coworker back in PT land tell me, or not tell me, they made me a litter box cake. So literally, the cake was in a litter box, and it was what kind of? I think it was like maybe a vanilla cake. I can't remember what the cake actually was. Hello there, Kevin. And on top of the cake, they had little like cat turds. They were Tootsie Rolls, right? But it looked just like, a cat litter box. And yes, I and everybody else did eat out of that cat litter box. It was clean, supposedly. It was new. But yeah, that was the most unique litter box or the most cake I've ever. Yeah, I hope it was too, Joseph. Um, yes, that was quite the cake. What's up, Pandora? Pandora's doing good. Nothing new on her. The baby's doing good. Besides her losing weight. Orangey is Orangey. You can see Orangey's head over there. Tammy, I appreciate that. Hopefully, Tammy, yourself and hopefully a lot of other people also reported, and hopefully, I know it takes time for things to change. But hopefully it'll change. Tammy, I appreciate that. Raphael, thank you for the birthday wish. Dara, you went into detail to help out another follower under reporting. Oh, hey, no, Dara, no worries, no worries. That's what those communities, that's what those comment sections are for, is to give details, go into things. You are good. No worries on my end. Yes, baby. Phil also reported the video saw them shaking and choking a cat that was bound. Yep. Unfortunately, Phil. Hello there, Manistine. Hope you're doing well, Manistine. I mean, normally I don't go too much or like lean too heavy into those kind of topics, but it is advocating for felines, and I'm not afraid to go there to talk about those kind of things, because it's real. It affects cats. It's real life, and to not talk about it to me is the wrong thing to do, because when you don't talk about something, you're not acknowledging that it happens, and I see that as a problem personally. KK saw a video with a guy that put a kitten in a blender. Well, hopefully that video does not exist anymore, KK. It sounds vaguely familiar. Was that a while ago? Let me get up to Orange. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get Zelda out or not. I'll call her. Let me kind of swing over here. Zelda, Zeus, come here, baby. Baby. Zelda. Zelda. Oops, hold on. I got the wrong thing on. I put on green screen, so hold on. Oh, I'm not sure why I did that. Hang on. Hit the wrong button. Manistine. Did report, but did screen Manistine. Hello, that channel reported it. How do you send screenshot? I did it via feedback. I'm not sure. Madison, I'm not sure. Hello there, Nash. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hi, baby. Nash, are you talking about American football or are you talking about European football? What was that, Pandora? Oh, did I get your weights? Oh, am I going to get your belly? You want this little ball? Why do you got such a big mouth? You got your little ball in your mouth? No, Rosemary, what happened with the lining? They didn't crawl up the lining, but they were starting to tear at it. So a long time ago, we just ripped the lining out because they were like tearing at it. I think it was Yoda. So we just decided to, let's just rip this off because it's going to be ripped off anyways by them. So let's just rip it all together. Nash, the Premier League. That's soccer then, I'm assuming. Yeah, Catitude, that's exactly my thought. I haven't posted on that other channel, Catitude, in a long time. So I think that's what I'm gonna do is I'll make a video on that other channel. Hello, Pandora. What's up, little girl? Layla Potato, do the kitties know any tricks? Well, they know how to eat a lot of food and make it disappear very quickly. Does that count as a trick? KK, if you want to know what the channel is, just leave me a comment. And I really don't like to cross those, like this channel and that other channel that I have, KK. I like to try to keep them as separate as possible. So just send me a comment, or an email or a text or whatever, KK, and I will get them. I will get it to you. Hello there, Jennifer. How you doing, Jennifer? Hope you're doing well. Danielle, appreciate the super there. That'll help those kitties in need. I appreciate that, friend. Thank you very much. Hope you've been doing well, Danielle, and I hope you're safe over the next couple days. I don't know where you live exactly, but if you live like in the South area, or the Midwest or the East, hopefully you don't lose power and you stay warm and safe, and all the kitties and all the doggies and everything else. So. Hey there, the big meanie. What you saying? You got the live? Hello, kitties. Wonderful cat folk. Reported that channel. Oh, thank you. Thank you there. Yeah, big meanie. I hope it gets a real person as well, because a lot of times what happens, big meanie, is it seems like it goes to bots. It gets like a bot review, and I think that's most of the time why nothing happens. There needs to be a human eyes on these channels and not just a bot. Ooh, good gravy, Jennifer. You are expecting a foot of snow. Hope you don't lose power. Yeah, I hope so as well. Jennifer, we're expecting about a half of inch of ice, which, I would rather take the foot of snow than the half inch of ice, because ice is so deadly. So deadly. Snow is tolerable. It's not too bad. Big Meanie, thank you for the super. That'll help the kitties in need when we donate again. Very kind of you, my friend. Hello there, Ash and Evan 26. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. If you are new, a big hello to you. Yeah, and for us, again, everywhere is a little bit different, but the big problem out here in NC, so tonight and then tomorrow we're supposed to get most of our ice, but then the next like several days we're supposed to be like in the low temperatures, so things will warm up slightly, and then we're just gonna freeze overnight. And then it'll warm up, and then it's gonna freeze again overnight. Yeah, nothing but ice, KK. It's supposed to be just mostly just ice, about a half an inch of ice. So we'll be skating. I'll get some. I'll put some figure skates, some ice skates on Yoda over here, and he'll be skating around. Baby, hi. Not Rosemary. Pandora, is it licky lick times? I'm going to try also, because I know most of you, a lot of you know, hello there, Weird Dino, know obviously Shelly and I Am Raven's channel. So I'm gonna send her an email, and I'm gonna tell her, about that other channel. And it's only if she wants to, of course. It's gonna be completely up to her. It's her channel. But I'm gonna see if she could also maybe make a community post to have people report that channel too. So, because I feel like just the more people that report, the more likely of something actually happening. So, that's the plan. Uh, I understand a lot of people probably don't want to post something like that on their channel, which I get. I do, I get. But, I have to.
Where Dino? Yesterday you were on call with your boyfriend, and you looked up your house in Google Maps, and both of your outside cats are on Google Maps. That's funny. Frappuccino and Oreo. That's funny. Hello there, caramel blend. Elizabeth, if I'm thinking correctly. Hope you're doing well there, Elizabeth. Hope the kitty is doing well. I can't remember. I know there's a kitty in particular. Gosh, I think it starts with, I want to say a letter M, but I'm probably wrong on that. But hello, hello. Rosie. You're not Rosie. What am I saying? You're Pandora. Hi, I know you have these. You are doing well. Awesome. All right, we're gonna move the baby, much to her unhappiness. Oh, sorry, baby. Oh. Let me get up. Orangey, 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 orange lump. Hey, baby. Bruce, if we don't stand up for animal abuse, no one will. They need a voice. Yeah, Bruce, I agree. It just, Bruce, sometimes though, people get a little squirrely when you talk about certain subjects. They get like a little, I don't know, uncomfortable. But I'm at a point in my life as, I speak up, I have to. And I appreciate those who do as well. And I appreciate those who, raise their voice as well. Because hey, that's one of the three things that I say, right? Advocate, and that's advocating. Let's go check on Miss Rosemary here for a moment. She's a sleepy little girl right now. Hi. What's up, little one? Joseph, yeah, I agree. I think it is. It wouldn't be surprising, like somewhere in Asia. Unfortunately, there are no laws that I'm aware of that even protect animals in any way. Sadly. Hello there, Stella. How you doing, Stella? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Stella, I heard that on Tranquil's live. That your kitty passed away, Stella. Condolences, of course, on that. That's always rough. How old was the kitty, Stella, if you don't mind me asking? Maya, you're 12 degrees where you're at. Jennifer, you're at 18. I want to say I think we're like in the 20s. Maybe we're in the 30s. Yeah, with your big yawn, baby girl. A big, big yawn. KK, you're 6. Bruce, you're at 2. Who's the lowest here? I think right now it might be Bruce at 2 degrees. Where do you know it's freezing where where you are? It was -1 last night. Whew. Boop. Stella, the kitty was 10, and his name was Leo. What's a lovely name, Stella? My animal rights activists are working towards getting things banned overseas. Some countries advocate it. You know what would be cool? So on this platform, who do you all think? I have my opinion, and I think you probably might have the same name in mind. On YouTube, who do you all think is like, kind of the biggest known or the most well known, or probably like I don't know. I don't subscriber count doesn't mean much because it's kind of misleading. But the most like known, well-known cat person on YouTube. I have a name in particular, and I think probably some of you might say the same name that I'm thinking about. Tyler. Hello, Tyler. How you doing, Tyler? Hope that the fur is thick enough for ice and snow. Yeah, hopefully they can find some places to hide, Tyler. Some warm spots, or maybe some kind human beings are able to create some some like shelter places. Hello there, RW. Almost everything you have reported, the issue fell upon deaf ears, except for last time the police officer showed up and gave the owner a mouthful and then some. Hot car. All right, so Joseph, you think kitten lady, Jennifer, yeah, Jennifer. That's the one I was gonna go with. Was Jackson Galaxy? I think Jackson Galaxy is probably like overall the most well-known, most recognized cat advocator um, on probably on all platforms, to be honest with you. So and he very well might, but I don't know. I don't know enough about the guy. But I think if he would maybe come out a little bit stronger against that kind of stuff, especially on this platform, I think that may make a difference because of the sway that the person has. Uh, but again, I don't know, but I just think if something, something of his like magnitude, if he kind of spoke up maybe a little bit more aggressively, um, then I think you might see some stuff. Let me kind of catch up here on some chat. Where do you know you have a stray named Baby in your heated garage last night, and his paw pads were pinkish blue, and he didn't want to walk off the rug, so you picked him up until he got warm. Yeah, that sounds like some pinkish blue, a little bit of hypothermia going on there. Yeah, KK, so do I. I watched this TV show, the Cat from Hell show, back in the day. I don't know if it's new anymore. Maya, you follow an agency overseas called For Paws. They show what occurs. Is that something that can be found on YouTube, Maya, or is that like or is that just they have like a website, or can you tell me a little bit more about that? You like getting your ears rubbed here, Rosie. Rosie, are you suffocating yourself? Hi, honey. Let's see your pretty face. Hello there, Greg Hart. Hope you're doing well. Joseph, drives expensive classic cars and make you think that there's also maybe there for the money as well. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. There's a saying. Hey, Squeesh, how you doing, Squeesh? Hope you're doing well. I was saying, there's a saying that like fame and fortune, like it changes a person, it changes like a person's character. But to me, it doesn't change a character. All it does is just reveals who the actual character, like kind of who they are. Hello there, Rave House 4. How you doing? Rave House, you have 6 kitties. Awesome. Hello there, Richard. They're on YT. They save kitties, doggies, bears, large cats, other animals that were exploited and abused. Um, Rave House, the cats are gorgeous. Rave House, we live with nine. We live with nine cats. Terry Day, do be said God on your side. I'm not sure what that means, Terry. Bruce, you're saying that the adopted kitty of Greystone says that she's doing fine. Awesome. So I will say to everybody on here and everybody who has reported that channel, Squeesh, who just said hello, popped in a little bit ago. They're the ones that alerted me to that particular channel. So just wanted to thank them for doing that, and hopefully with just a lot of this or not repetition, it's the wrong word, a lot of this reporting and things like that, hopefully it will make a difference. That is part of what this community is about, is making a difference. This is a little bit different way of making a difference because we haven't ever really kind of went down this way, but this also is advocating just as much and as important, if not really even more important, as well. Appreciate the super there, Jennifer. That is very kind. That'll help the kitties when we donate again. Roz, you have to head out. Bye, Roz. I appreciate the membership again. And I appreciate you hanging out here with us, Roz, and I hope you have a safe, warm. Well, you're in the UK, so I think you'll probably be okay. But I appreciate it, Roz, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, friend. Caramel, there was someone who took a photo of Raven and posted on Threads. Oof. Oh, Threads? Do you mean Threads, Caramel? I'm assuming you mean Threads. Rosemary, you got your third eyelid popping out here, kind of with this ear scratch. You're looking like a zombie cat. You are a zombie kitty. KK, with enough, it should help stop them. I certainly hope so, KK. I'm always a optimistic person. So I always hope for the best of things. So. Dino, we're Dino. Oreo. Is Oreo Tuxedo Kitty? I asked because a lot of tuxedo kitties or a lot of cats named Oreo tend to be named or tend to be tuxedo kitties. Hello there, Chloe. Hope you're doing well, Chloe. Sorry that you haven't been in the lives. It's been kind of stressful. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Chloe. Hopefully watching Rosemary and her third eyelid enjoyment of her ears being rubbed will kind of, de-stress a little bit, and hopefully it'll make you feel a little bit better with whatever might be going on. Oreo's a tuxedo. I figured as much. Has a perfect circle of black on his back, which is how he got his name. Nice. I think we're just gonna hang out with Rosemary, unless anybody, if you want to see a particular kitty in particular, let me know in chat. I will try my best to find them. If anybody wants to see, Max or wants to see Zelda or Kit or Tiny or Tang, let me know. If not, I think I'm just gonna hang with Rosemary here in the for the last little chunk of time that I'm gonna be here. Squish, appreciate the donation, my friend. Very kind of you. That'll help when we donate again. Very kind. And also, I haven't said this in a while, but if anybody wants a donation place or has a donation place in mind, send me an email or shoot me a comment, and I will take a look at it. And as long as I think it's good, legit, I'll give the green light, and then it'll be added onto the donation list. We are closing in on about 50 places altogether. Raphael, you're heading out. Have yourself a good rest of your day, night out there, and we will see you later. Take care. Hello there, William Cunningham. How you doing? Also, to the new people that might be watching this or watching me for the first time, Maya Zelda. Okay. All right. I'm still going to end with Rosemary, but I'm going to come back here. But Maya, if you want to see Zelda, let me see if I can get her from underneath the bed. And then we are going to finish up with Rosie, though. I'm just used to finishing up. I start with Max usually, and I end with Rosie. Bruce, you play games on the phone. You ask a player in your group that lives in China to see if they have any animals. Okay, Bruce. Yeah, cool. Thank you. And let me know, Bruce. I have a feeling there's not many laws when it comes to animal protection, unfortunately, in a lot of Asian countries. Zelda. Oh, Zelda. Where's the lighting at? Is that flash? Oh, well, there's Zelda. I don't think she's going to come out, though, this time. Zelda! Zelda, I see you have one of your pills here. Did you spit this out, honey? You spit this pill out? Hi, Zeus. You're like, I'm getting ready for the cold. I'm going to just live under this bed. Yeah, this is a cisapride. It's called cisapride. It kind of helps her intestines. It kind of helps her poop kind of work through her intestines so nothing kind of gets stuck or, kind of plugged up. Keeps things moving in her intestines. She's on it, Max is on it, and Rosemary's on it. Hi, Zosie. Like, hello, humans. No, I think we're just going to throw this away. She must have spit it out. Pilling a cat is tricky. I'm sure most of you have probably pilled a cat or a dog. And it can be very, very challenging to pill. Hey, Tine. Come on, eyeballs. Hi, Tiny. What's up, Tine? I mean, we have a few pill guns. Ugh. All right, we're going to say goodbye to Zelda. I'm going to finish up with, excuse me, Rosemary. But we have a few different types of pill guns. And some pill guns work better than others. Pill pockets, yeah. Sometimes, Joseph, sometimes pill pockets work pretty well too. But the problem is these cats are smart. And what happens sometimes is they'll eat the pill pocket, they'll kind of eat around the pill, and then they won't eat the pill. You do, Mr. Maximus. Yeah, Jennifer, that's just what I was saying. Oh, I know it's a Maximus. Oh, Maxie. You want to do some kickies? You gonna show your feet? Your kickies? Hi, kickies. Yes, you three amigos. Tux, and the baby. All right, so let's go back to Rosemary. let's finish up with her. Ugh. Hey, baby girl. Dara, did you try the Chiro treats to get the kitty? No, we normally don't have any issues, typically pilling these cats. Dara, usually there's no issue. Zelda, though, can be a little cunning sometimes because she's so old, she knows all the tricks. She'll like take the pill and she'll be like a squirrel. She'll get it down, I think maybe like in her cheek, and then she'll like, yep, I swallowed it. 5 minutes later, no, I'm gonna spit it out now. You're welcome. You're welcome, as always. Weirdino, Oreo is demonic sounding when he snores. Bruce, I did ground the pill up, mix it with soft food. Not a bad idea. Always a bunch of different ways to pill, different pill guns, different churro, pill pockets, bunch of different ways. Hello there, Ricky Shannon Ellis. How you doing? If you are new here, a big hello and welcome to you. And of course, I know what we all agree on is, again, do not pill like we saw, or some of you saw on that one channel that you all thankfully reported, which I do, again, appreciate very much, on, the way they were pilling and like blowing and spitting in a cat's face. It's like, somebody needs to be, well, I'm not gonna say anything else. So that's, yeah. I'm not going to get myself into too much trouble. Kayla, can you be a monitor? I'm assuming you meant a moderator. If you're asking, can you be a moderator? I'm going to say no. I'm sorry. I have moderators. I'm good at moderators, and I don't need any more. Hello, Rosie. Yeah, Squish, I had to just make sure there was a pattern. I probably went through about maybe 20, 25 or so, and it was there were other videos that were more like gentle or that were more just basic, if you will, but there was enough of video behavior where it should not be on this platform and it should not be promoted. And what was sad to me, like that channel has like over 100,000 subscribers, and to me that's insane. And these videos are getting like 100,000, yeah, like 100,000 likes, and it's like, God, that is like, ugh, terrible, disgusting. Is it Caesar? If it's Caesar, I'm terrible with names, but let me know if is it Caesar, right? Caesar. I'm not going to try to say the other name, but Caesar. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And there are way too many, yes, Caesar. There are way too many videos, channels out there like that. YouTube does not follow its own guidelines. Sadly, if YouTube makes money off of it, they don't seem to care. This is a bit of a different topic, but I do just want to say just another thing that I've seen before when I was like doing some research on my other channel. I was comparing something. on how YouTube doesn't follow its own guidelines. There are a ton of videos out there about, that show like women that are barely dressed doing very provocative things, but it doesn't seem like there's a problem, even though it seems like it hits against the community guidelines. And these channels, there's just countless of them. I was kind of doing a comparison between that and some cat videos, and it's like, come on, YouTube, where are your guidelines at? Where are your guidelines? You don't seem to have any. You say you have them, but you don't ever enforce them. So, and this is the thing, again, I'm not going to call out any other cat channels. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go that route. But I do hope if there are other cat channels that know of this or that see this stuff, I mean, it's your channel, so you do with it what you wish, of course. But maybe sometime just make a little post about it, get more people involved with it. It's your channels, of course, so I'm not going to say much more than that, but I feel like the more people know about it, the more people report it, the more hopefully good will come out of it. Maya, there is no good, really great social media platforms. I think some are a little bit better than others. I think YouTube at least is a bit of a higher standard than, like, say, TikTok. And no offense to anybody who goes to TikTok or who's on TikTok, but to me, TikTok is like the toilet bowl of social media. You swim in that toilet bowl enough, you're going to get a disease. Again, nothing personal against TikTok for people who watch it, like it, whatever. But no, not for me. Jennifer, you had a thumbnail taken down because they said it was violated their nudity guidelines. It was you and Athena. You and Athena Athena was wearing her tux. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I appreciate y'all hanging out here. I am going to give y'all a few moments to start saying goodbye to each other, and to Rosemary. I'm going to, of course, end with my three things. Most of you know what my three things already are. If you are new and you are listening to me, this might be the first time you hear this, but number one, adopt, don't shop. Let's put those cat breeders out of business. Adopt, don't shop. We don't need designer cats. Let's put cat breeders out of business. They need to go like the dinosaur and go extinct. Number two, if you are advocating, if you are thinking about adopting a kitty, think about adopting a senior cat, an older cat, a special needs cat, if and only if you are financially, emotionally, mentally, all aspects ready to take on that kind of responsibility, because it is a little bit different than just adopting a kitten, especially if it's a special needs cat or a senior cat that has medical issues. Just make sure you are prepared as much as possible. And of course, the last thing, and what this community has done recently, and a lot of what this chat was about today: advocate, advocate, advocate. Whether you see something in person or online, speak up. Whether you're at a vet office and you're, not agreeing with your veterinarian on something, don't be afraid to speak up to them. They are still just a human being. They may know more about cats overall than you do, but they do not know more about the cat that you live with than you know the most about what's going on with your felines in your home. Anyways, on those notes, I hope everybody has a safe, warm next 24, 48, 72 hours, depending on where you live. I hope the power stays on. I hope everybody is safe. Take care. God bless. Hello, Beverly. If you're a new Beverly, a big hello and welcome to you. Subscribe and become part of this community that saves kitties and advocates for our feline friends every day. So until then, take care. God bless. KK, you don't shut up. That sounds like me. I don't shut up either. But I appreciate y'all, and I hope you have a wonderful time. Hopefully, I'll be here on Tuesday. We may not have power, but I'll try to be live on Tuesday if I'm here, and if we have power. Until then, God bless. Take care. One more little time with Miss Rosemary. We'll see her little face. She says goodbye, people. All right. Bye, Rosie. Let's let you sleep. Bye, all.